Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our second episode where we discuss with Agata Orlik, head of recruitment and Spyrosoft. Today, we will be discussing about future-proofing your career, skills, AI, and what will get you hired next. We were speaking in the first episode, Agata. Hi again. I was thinking,
Hi.
should you
Hi.
introduce yourself once more? Let's do another round of introductions for the people who did not watch the first episode, please. Agata,
Of
can you
course,
tell us a
of
couple words
course.
about yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, Sandra, and welcome everybody to our second recording. Awesome to be here again. And for those of you who didn't have the chance to check out the previous recording, Agata and I've been working with Spyrosoft for 8 years. During the first recording, we were celebrating my anniversary, so we're still
Yay.
around the moment. And yes, I will be happy to share a bit of a context or our insights, whatever can help our candidates.
So, the first episode was about how to get hired, and we were discussing about trends on the market. We were discussing about how to cater your CV so that it stands out for a recruiter, a couple tips and tricks on your side, and of course, the wish that I am still waiting to be fulfilled, which is that people know that we care about them and they don't think our automated messages go out as a I think you mentioned ghosting. It's
Yes.
not ghosting, it's quite the opposite. We want people to know that even though the volume of messages that needs to be sent out is big, we still want people to hear back from us. So fingers crossed that that is the case since the first episode until now. In the first episode, you were talking a little bit about AI and how it is, I wouldn't say affecting, but changing the environment that we are in right now. Are you seeing AI driven development impacting the way clients hire?
I'm also seeing the AI-driven development impacting even Spyrosoft itself. Before we
Mhm.
go to the next step to the clients, because I think it's worth mentioning that we, of course, to be aligned with the trends, we also set up a team of AI enthusiasts or already active engineers in the field who are actually building our AI DD
Mhm.
practice. We have a separate intranet page already devoted to the concept. There is a knowledge sharing space when different departments also share some insights, what tools or what elements of the system can be useful for recruiters, for managers, for backend engineers. So it's quite an interesting thing to observe how much attention it gets and how many ideas there are, because every single day you see some new tools, some new application that can potentially revolutionize the way you work. Of course, we also do take into consideration the formal aspect, the ethical aspects, the legal aspects. So we also do a bit of a checkup and background check whether these tools or applications we share within the company, whether they are really compliant and worth
Yeah.
promoting, right? So that's one observation. Definitely got to us as well some time ago already. When it comes to the clients, what seems to be very interesting and related to AI is also the not only the number of roles within the field that we are looking for, because this we've already mentioned previously, that it's a huge growth year to year.
Mhm.
The local Polish market, I mean, local to myself, Polish market, but also the same trend is observable in other our locations. But also the positions themselves are somehow switching and changing. So AI engineers, this we already recall from the market, but new roles are emerging, such as prompt engineers, for instance, right? So this is a role that was not previously in the picture, and this is something completely new based on how popular and important AI is becoming, right? So we also see a greater number of specialties within the field, I would say, right? So you have machine learning engineers or MLOps engineers or Gen AI specialists or prompt engineers. So there seems to be this trend not only to be, let's say, a general expert in the field, but really
Mm-hmm.
grow and specialize maybe in one of the paths. So it's a very interesting ecosystem to observe, and I believe it will grant some new interesting roles to our candidates in the future, right? So definitely there are some new roles emerging on the client side, and there is more, I would say, sensitivity towards checking during the recruitment process whether you are interested, whether you are keeping up to date, whether you have the chance to implement or use certain applications or solutions with
Mm-hmm.
your work. And if the answer is yes, then most probably this will be in your favor as a candidate at the end.
Mm-hmm. Do you see a growing demand for industry-specific knowledge such as e-mobility?
Yes, yes. Immobility is quite a nice example. It's also connected to one specific part of Spyrosoft group, the company that specializes in immobility. They also do a lot around renewables. So it's also, I would say, a very trendy, which is great because we would
Mm-hmm.
really like to be, let's say, more energy oriented to maybe build some solutions that will actually help our planet and maybe will help us as consumers as well. So yes, for sure, this is a very nice example because they indeed are on the lookout for specialists, mostly Java developers to be specific,
Mm-hmm.
with the domain knowledge. So this is in many cases the final argument to invite somebody on board
Mm-hmm.
because, of course, of how fast can the onboarding be within the business context, of course. So these professionals already understand certain challenges. They already usually understand certain specific technologies or
Mm-hmm.
protocols. In case of immobility, this plays a quite an important role, and they already done that. They already understand. They understand the context. So not only can they join the projects and contribute with their expertise right away, almost, they can also share the experience and grow the domain knowledge within the organization, or somehow mentor or have the peer-to-peer
Mm-hmm.
conversation. So it's very it's very great for the development of the whole company, basically, to have people with such an expertise. Sometimes it's again the project context, especially for some senior roles, architect positions, engineering managers, or people who really need to have the bigger picture, need to understand the context. Here, having this additional industry specific knowledge, domain expertise will be a door opener for sure, will be even a must have requirement in those cases of, let's say, senior specialists,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we very much encourage in our organization the knowledge sharing elements, and within our business units between the elements of our organization that are to aggregate domain knowledge. We tend to learn from it, exchange it, and basically get better understanding of the business context.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You were talking up until now about skilled individuals. Maybe not necessarily skilled is the right term, but individuals, candidates, employees with experience, which makes me interested in asking you, are there still opportunities for junior developers in today's hiring landscape? And moreover, what is exactly expected from them? What would you expect from them to stand out?
Mhm. The honest answer is not as many as we would like,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely compared to, I know, 3 years ago, let's say, there is not that much room for juniors, unfortunately. Hopefully that will change, because the growing emerging talent, it's an amazing source, of energy, of new perspective, of new generation entering with new ideas. So it's absolutely amazing from company's perspective to have the balance and to welcome different perspectives. But project wise, it's not necessarily easy right now to incorporate less experienced individuals, right? So at least in Poland, again, I can think about my experiences. I remember all of the boot camps, all of the engineering schools that basically could make you a developer in 3 months, right? So there were different paths that you can take and obtain certain certifications of being a quality assurance specialist after course X or bootcamp Y, and so on and so forth. And it was really a nice moment for the less experienced people, or people who wanted to redirect their expertise to IT domain. And previously they had some other experiences, but they have certain transferable skills, especially in terms of communication skills or certain other elements of their portfolio. So that was a very nice moment from this perspective. Today, not really, right? So the number of job offers for juniors is lower for sure. All of the reports that we're getting from job boards that we cooperated with show the same evidence, that the biggest part is for of course, the experienced professionals. But there's still a chance, definitely. Looking at Spyrosoft, we've mentioned the e-mobility and renewables company of ours. There is a recruitment process, like evergreen recruitment process for junior Java developers, because it's strategically important for the company to invite new talents and grow with them within the field of immobility, right? So they have the stream of experienced professionals with the domain knowledge, and then they can combine it, because they have it. They can combine it with less experienced professionals who can learn because they have somebody to learn from, right? So this is a very nice example of how the two perspectives can be aligned to the benefit of both seniorities and the company itself. I also see that there are not that many options for internships, which is also quite unfortunate, because that was always quite a stressful moment. Like usually it's obligatory to make an internship during your studies, and I can imagine it's not easy when you don't really have the doors open. So this indeed is quite difficult. We've managed to open a internship in Croatia in our site that was conducted by Maya, our colleague from the recruitment team. That was an amazingly crafted initiative, and I do believe they learned from her a lot. She even prepared a very nice presentation about some hints, tricks, and everything that she feels might be helpful for them to look for the first commercial experiences. So I really do hope we will move into yet again into the direction of more balance. But for sure, it's not an easy moment, and probably not the best moment to change your industry to IT, right? And start like completely from scratch. It might be quite hard. Still doable. And again, these non-technical skills will be even of greater importance, because honestly speaking, there are not that many technical skills yet in place, or the commercial portfolio is not huge. So then the attitude, the proactiveness, the commitment to learn, this might be it, right? This might really play a pivotal role. Also, I don't think we've touched upon this element yet, but for certain roles, there is a requirement of a foreign language other than English, which is usually the requirement. So in these cases also, it might be a leverage. When you are a junior, but you speak some other language, this might also open certain doors for you, because there the competition is smaller, and companies are more prone to opening up a bit with their
Mm-hmm.
requirements because they struggle a bit with certain very specific or niche elements of the experience. So there's still a way for sure, but I can just say that fingers crossed for more openings. I think we would all benefit from more balance here and new perspectives, new energy. That would be amazing.
That's probably the phases of the industry that now everybody's looking for more experienced individuals, and that was not the case a couple years back. Maybe it will shift again in the future, but that is something that we will need to wait and see.
Yes.
Um, I was thinking about another topic, which is collaboration models. Do you think that freelancing and fixed term cooperation models are here to stay?
I think they are a very fair attempts at building the relationship in particular context, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
context of the cooperation should always be formally aligned with the type of contract in question. When it comes to freelance cooperation, and by freelance we mean project specific cooperation, usually in our case, I think it gives, one hand, flexibility that clients and companies are searching for. And on the other hand, it gives to our candidates a clear statement and ways of working and clear commitments. How long will the project last, what's the duration, what will happen next, and so on and so forth. So looking at certain projects that we do that are very short term, or they require
Mm-hmm.
some niche competencies, or any other reasons that we can imagine here, if the freelance cooperation is applicable and valid in this particular context, it's a very transparent way of cooperating, right? Because right away you need to disclose all of the information. Okay, we're looking for a freelance person to join for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year project. We are not sure whether there will be a prolongation or not. This is the salary we can offer or we agree on. These are the elements of our work. This will be your responsibility, and this is it, right? So in this particular context, it works pretty well because we observe different shifts on the market. We observe clients all over the place, all over the world, struggling sometimes a bit or losing projects sadly, or they need to let go certain individuals from the company. So I do believe that in this context, like honesty might be a superpower, right? If you know that you can offer a 3 months project, tell the people that this is a 3 months project and let them decide whether this is a good opportunity for them or not. At the end, this is what is it about, right? To make the best matches and to have everybody happy with what we've agreed upon.
Yep, yep, absolutely. Thank you for answering my questions. And now, if we ended the first episode with a magic wand, my proposal for you is to end this episode with a crystal ball and with your answer to, if you were able to predict one major hiring trend in 2026, what would it be? I promise to not put your word on it if it doesn't come true, but I'm looking
Yes,
into
we'll,
seeing your
we'll see.
perspective.
Episode
Episode 3.
20. Yes, then we'll be.
Episode 20. Okay, big plans.
I mean, we'll see next year. It's probable. Well, honestly speaking, looking at the directions, we can probably safely assume that the importance of AI in broad terms of the phrase, the importance will be growing. Together with AI, what we see that is also quite critical is the cybersecurity
Hmm.
field, and this will most probably be also growing because it's not a secret that there are many attempts to scam people or
Yeah.
to somehow manipulate the information or try to steal certain elements of infrastructure or in know-how of the company. So for sure, cybersecurity seems to be quite an important element of the landscape, even more important in the following years. AI, of course. So, looking at the companies right now, it's either discussing AI or having a lunch break, right? So, AI, AI, AI. This would probably be a buzzword for some time. And this is the direction that we see our clients want to go. They want to partner in AI initiatives. They expect us to propose certain solutions and find
Mm-hmm.
ways of how can we maybe leverage the business using the new tool sets. And we as a company also go into this direction, growing within AIDD and also thinking about new professionals, new opportunities to incorporate within the core of our company to be quite, I would say, well educated in the field, right? So that would be my prediction. I don't think that robots will do our work,
Oh, that is sad.
and recruiters will disappear. Not really, because that was I believe it was a an idea some time ago that maybe the recruiters can be also substituted, for instance, by AI elements. I don't think this is the time. Uh, Not sure if we'll get there. Hopefully not. I mean, we do like our job here at Spyrosoft, but yeah, this I think will not really happen. We will still be here and we will still take care of our candidates.
I mean, the good thing is that generally speaking, AI, at least for the time being, is here to help, not take our jobs, but to make our lives and our jobs easier. And episode 20, we will circle back to this and see if it's still true.
Yes, maybe we'll be unable to do the episode because the rebelled
The
robot,
AI will be
yes, will be attacking our infrastructure. But hopefully, this will still remain in the science fiction field.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Agata, and thank you for everybody who tuned in to have a brief conversation with us today. And please let us know what other topics you would like to learn more about and what else we can ask Agata in the future episodes, because we basically made the commitment for 20 right now. That was a joke. But at the
Yeah.
same time, if there are any other questions that maybe we can answer, we look forward to finding out from you. So either send us an email, complete the survey that we will be sending, and we will see each other again soon enough.
Yes, thank you very much, and I'm wishing every candidate a nice journey, and fingers crossed for all of the professional challenges. I really do wish that everybody will find their place and their company that they feel very comfortable with, as we hopefully feel comfortable with Spyrosoft. So that's
Yeah.
my wish. Thank you, Sandra, very much. It was a pleasure as always.
Thank you. As always, here as well. See you next time, everybody. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.